I figured I would start with the exhaust manifolds so I could put the spark plugs back in it. Both manifolds are on it, spark plugs are in it. This is the frame section out of that blue car. I'm not sure if there's a difference between Malibu small block spindles and SS ones or not, but I have them. I wanted to show you is what I'm starting with for brakes. It's clean, but I'm going to get some brake cleaner and spray out the bearings and the hub one more time.
Valvoline. That's Valvoline from the 1800s. Now, if this goes terribly wrong with this honey mustard here, it will pull hard right, you see, and then we'll go right and left into a tree, and then the tree will fall over, and it'll hit that orphanage, and it'll take out the orphanage with all their poor little children, and then we're going to have all sorts of problems. But it shouldn't go bad because that's grease there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I think it'll be fine, right? Yeah, it's fine, okay?
See how it oozes out the bearing holes. And it's going on drum brakes, so it should be sufficient.
Yeah.
You know, it ain't like we're putting in disc brakes. It runs hotter and it would get hot and then it ooze out and then get on your brake pads and your brake pads wouldn't stop and then you turn left and it would wreck into the tree.
Shake my hand, sir.
I think not, sir.
I got a steering column the other day. I got out here and decided to put the brake pedal assembly and column back up in the car because for now I'm not going to worry about a dash. I'm just going to zip tie some gauges, you know, oil pressure and temp gauge up here, and maybe screw some switches up here too so I can crank the car. But I had to have brakes and I had to have steering.
You $1, that ain't legal in California.
I'll say it ain't, but we're in America. Eventually I'll show you it's a little bit better, but the car was doing all it could do. And they topped the hill with a curve and there was a truck in the road. The other car hit the truck head on. This one glanced off the truck and then glanced off a tree. He was on the binders so hard in that wreck, it bent the firewall. The firewall up here, and this kind of stuff is stuff you'd never notice until you start trying to put something back together. Now I took it apart, but I noticed it sprung then. This was pulled down and forward, and these two bars were bent forward too. So the wreck was so hard it shoved everything forward. And I have my new master cylinder on it. So I'm trying to show you some of this. Oh, and if you see here, this is still bent. I know you probably can't see it because of the lighting. The firewall's still bent. It was a hard wreck. You know, there's always, when it comes to the stuff I'm doing, there's always a reason for me to do it the way I'm doing it. One of them being, you know, I could easily run out and buy everything new and not have to deal with any of this, not have to rig anything, just spend the money that I have to spend and only have to do it once and only have to worry about it once. That's the theory anyway, because new parts don't feel like they should anymore. I've been going to junkyards and stuff trying to find drums, and digging around out here and trying to find drums because I don't want to buy new drums. I had to buy new shoes, I had to buy new lines, I had to buy new wheel cylinders, but I didn't want to buy new drums because that's an extra pretty much that's an extra $100, because if you look into shipping, that's an extra $100 So I had to spend $150 on the brakes. I had to get certain things new. There wasn't any avoiding that. I can either use these for rears on my car, or I can use these. If I find another smooth front drum, then I'm going to use the two smooth rear drums. This is the only front drum I've got. I took a wire wheel to it and got all the rust I could off of it. It's still rough, but it's flat. That's not wore in any. You know how drums will normally concave, or these are smooth. Right now, I have enough parts to put together the left front. My other wheel cylinder hadn't come in yet. So tomorrow, I'm going to get the spindle off that I want to use. I'm going to clean it up, and I'm going to get the backing plate cleaned up some. I'm going to put my new shoes on it, the wheel bearings. I already cleaned that hub up. I haven't done that one yet. Repacked those bearings. And I'm going to put the left front together. I'll put it together and I'll show you what it looks like